Oh, man.
Welcome to Know. I'm John. Here's the roundup. Another month, another solid win for Nintendo is in the bag thanks to their still popular new console, the Switch. I don't know if you've heard of it. It's a brand new thing. It's gonna be the new hit. The NPD's sales report for July is officially in, revealing that Nintendo beat out both the PS4 and the Xbox One in overall sales last month in the US. According to NPD, those sales were helped not only from the release of Splatoon 2, which was also the top-selling game for the month before digital sales, but also because of an increase of Switch stock in general compared to previous months. It helps when you can sell the thing that you're trying to sell. With Splatoon 2, Mario Kart 8 DX, and Breath of the Wild all in the top 7 games for July, it looks like Nintendo is faring pretty well this summer. However, the NPD did point out that the PS4 remains the best-selling system overall in 2017 so far, probably because they can actually make enough of those to sell. So, good job, Sony. One other interesting tidbit out of those same NPD results for July, RPG sales are leveling up. The NPD group stated in their report that role-playing games are experiencing market resurgence, driven by titles such as Horizon Zero Dawn, Kingdom Hearts HD 2.8 Final Chapter Prologue, Mass Effect Andromeda, Nier Automata, Neo, and Persona 5. Year-to-date dollar sales of RPGs has grown more than 50% when compared to the same period a year ago. Now, to be fair, there are way more RPGs out this year than there were by this point last year, so naturally there are going to be more sales of those kinds of titles. And also, identifying some of those games as RPGs is just a bit of a stretch. Still, this is good news for role-playing fans. This year has been very good for JRPG fans in particular. There are some out there who think the unfortunate delay of Crackdown 3 spells big trouble for the launch of the Xbox One X, as it was one of Microsoft's big holiday titles. However, one analyst says that's not the case, and the delay basically won't matter for the Xbox One X at all. These quotes come from video game industry analyst Michael Pachter, who said this week in an interview with Gaming Bolt, "I don't think Xbox One X sales are going to be very high in the first place because of price, and don't think a 6 to 8 month delay for Crackdown makes any material difference." That was a sick burn. That's harsh. So it's not like he thinks it's all sunshine for Microsoft either way. As for the Xbox One X, the rumors are picking up that we'll finally be able to pre-order it, Crackdown or not, as soon as this Sunday. As if PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds ever-growing player counts weren't already crazy enough, it looks like we've got some even crazier numbers out of the game this week, courtesy of IGN. In a new video, the outlet recounts some of PUBG's more ridiculous statistics, like the fact that there have been 1.3 million kills courtesy of the crossbow. I might have contributed only 2 to that. I should step up my crossbow game. It's very satisfying when you do it though. The longest kill was apparently almost 7,000 meters, which is basically the distance of the map. But since the game registers where the killer is when the person died, what's more likely is they knocked the victim down, then raced away on a vehicle. Players have also traveled a total distance of 2.3 trillion miles, or the distance from Earth to Saturn and back. 1 in 6,000 players have won their very first game. It wasn't me at all, which is exactly less likely to do than your chances of being struck by lightning in your lifetime. That's 1 in 3,000 if you wanted to know. And altogether, players have devoured a total of 10,255 tons of chicken dinners. Ever wanted to tackle Mario 64 with a buddy? Well, now you can, thanks to a new Mario 64 multiplayer mod. The mod was released this week by K's Imanauer, who also made the recent Super Mario 64 Maker mod as well. The multiplayer mod for Mario 64, of course, only works with an N64 emulator and a ROM of the game and a friend. That's also something you should be looking for other than just mods for Mario 64. But if you've got all of those, you can both hop around in one player's instance. Sorry, no Luigi's for this mod, but hey, at least you can both explore the Mushroom Kingdom together. Move over, Goat Simulator. We've got a brand new candidate for one of the most ridiculous game trailers ever. PlayStation unveiled the official trailer for Fishing Planet, and the internet's totally in love with it. The game, which calls itself the ultimate fishing simulator, is apparently also the most extreme fishing title ever, complete with over-the-top music, slow motion reeling, scenic waterways, and more. And for some reason ends in a New York high-rise. I don't know how that happens. I'm actually kind of curious now. None of it makes any sense, but either way, it's probably safe to say that a brand new bar has been set for trailers in general after this bad boy. Take notice, video game industry. We like this kind of stuff. Make more. Is the long-rumored standalone Obi-Wan Kenobi movie finally going to be a reality? That's what the Hollywood Reporter is saying, reporting that they've learned that Oscar-nominated director Stephen Daldry is in early talks with Disney about developing the movie. While this is all very exciting, it's worth noting that since these are preliminary discussions, there's not even a script yet. Daldry would be the one writing it if they move forward with the project, and that also means no actor. Ewan McGregor, my special boy, has said in the past that he'd be down for donning the Obi-Wan robes in Alec Guinness impersonation for another Star Wars film. So, serious fingers crossed that the fanboy dream finally comes true, and if they make this movie, get Ewan. Or else, don't make the movie. Stephen King's It is coming to theaters next month, and the clown starring horror film is already set to break some box office records. Based on some information from the Hollywood Reporter, pre-order tickets are on pace for a $50 million opening for the film, which would actually mark for the biggest September opening in box office history. Some estimates place it at opening as high as $60 million even. However, Warner Brothers is being a bit more tepid, predicting it's somewhere around the $45 million mark, mostly because of the R rating. We'll see just how many moviegoers it scares in its debut when it hits theaters September 8th. I'll probably go see it and cry the entire time because clowns are scary. Reddit's about to become a whole lot more meme-tastic thanks to a new feature, Native Video, which is now rolling out to the platform after several weeks of closed access. Users can upload up to 15 minutes of video with a 1 GB limit, both on desktop and mobile. Users will also be able to use a conversion tool to turn those videos into GIFs, naturally, which is actually super convenient. The video is also persistent, meaning that it'll be pinned somewhere and playing automatically while you scroll through the comments and throw out your upvotes. One of the big reasons they're doing this, interest from brands, so they can potentially slap up some pre-rolls in the future, because that's what inevitably happens to every social platform. They have to make money, it makes sense, but it sucks when it happens. After Bitcoin's recent split into just Bitcoin and Bitcoin Cash, it looks like the cryptocurrency is heading for yet another breakup. The third installment of Bitcoin will be happening in November, and its name isn't quite as catchy as the other two. It's known as SegWit2x. It just rolls right off the tongue. It's not confusing at all. You hear it and you go, I know what that is. If you're unaware of why Bitcoin got all forked up in the first place, the split happened because the community couldn't agree on how to grow the currency in the long term. The more Bitcoin's value grew, the more transactions increased, and the harder it was for the digital ledger, the blockchain, to keep up because of how the system was built. And that would make Bitcoin then decrease in value again. So to future-proof the currency, a solution was needed. Either increase the size of the Bitcoin blockchain to handle larger sizes, or move some transactions off the blockchain altogether. SegWit2x is a happy medium, allowing bigger transfers off the blockchain. Yeah, I don't understand anything of what I just said either, but have happy mining and good luck to all the Bitcoiners. Could GPUs get more expensive soon? That might be the case according to the changing hardware market. DigiTimes reported that a GDDR memory shortage has caused prices to skyrocket as much as 30% over the last month, with even more price surges expected in September. That's got some outlets like PC Gamer speculating that we could see a trickle effect to GPUs. High-end cards use anywhere from 4 to 8 memory chips, and if each one of those gets more costly, we could be looking at GPU price hikes during the fall. Fortunately, GDDR memory runs on the cheaper side, around $6 to $8 per chip, but with higher end cards, you could be looking at paying around $30 to $50 more if the trend continues in the fall. So if you're thinking about upgrading that PC, it might be better to do it sooner rather than later. I kind of need to do that myself, I'm now realizing, because mine's kind of old and I need a new GPU and I have no money. All right, that's it for the roundup. We'll see you guys later. If you liked the video, you should like it, and if you want to subscribe, you should subscribe. Those just make logical sense. One other interesting tidbit out of those same NPD results for July, RPG sales are leveling. Oh, they're leveling up. I didn't read that whole thing. Leveling's a thing in RPG, so I thought that's what it was. Like, they're leveling. Who the hell do you play as? 2 Marios?
Yes, 2 Marios.
That's stupid. Make your mod correct.